Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. Hope you're all doing well. We've got an unboxing today. Don, the man who runs Oxford Supply, my favorite nitrocellulose lacquer manufacturer and my favorite manufacturer of vintage paints, reached out to me recently and said, hey Brad, we got some new stuff. Can I send you some? Do you want to check it out, try it out, do a demo, that kind of thing? And as you all know, I love Don's stuff. Or I love Oxford Supply's stuff, I guess you would say. And so I readily agreed to this. And, well, may not have quite understood what I was getting into. Check this out. Probably pretty safe to say that Oxford Supply has a lot of new stuff. There's a lot going on here. So, yeah, in advance, thank you, Oxford Supply, for all of this. Let's take a look. So my understanding is there's some new paint in here that we're going to take a look at, but there also might be a couple of demo paint jobs, like a couple demo bodies, just to see what some of these things look like on a guitar body. Because a guitar body has, it's got curves, it's got angles, it's got inner rounds and outer rounds, and depending on the type of paint, metallics and stuff look different in different lights on those different types of shapes. So, God, I feel like I can barely see over top of this stuff. Anyway, we're going to get this stuff opened up. I'm starting already, and take a look at what Oxford Supply has sent us. And then as time progresses here, and assuming I can find time, which I will, we're going to test this stuff out. I have some other paints and materials from Oxford Supply that are on my list to check out, to test out and all of that. Mostly just different colors. You guys have seen me use their grain filler. You know it's awesome. You've seen me use their polish. You know it's awesome. And you've seen me use a variety of their paints. There you are. And they're awesome. I can't even give you a top-down angle on this because there's so much. So let me bring you in closer here, and let's take a look at what we're dealing with. I think I'm just going to have to rearrange this a little bit. One at a time. Okay, so as always, very well packaged. Gonna have to be cognizant of the recycling on this. All right, perfect. So we've got two boxes of what I assume is paint in here, which leads me to believe that our demo, I think, guitar bodies are in the other box. First off, though, let's see what the new actual products are that we've got that I'm going to be testing out. A couple new colors here. Can't remember if I specifically requested anything. Memory's getting a little shaky lately, mostly because I'm trying to remember kids' doctor's appointments and stuff. All right. Oh boy. Okay, let's start with these because these look like paint cans, so they're more familiar items. This is cool. There's enough here that I'm going to be able to do one of those weird pan shots that shows like a whole collection of stuff again. We've talked about this before, but one of my favorite things about Oxford is, you go to buy a color from a lot of places, and the least you can get is a quart, maybe even a gallon sometimes. And I'll be honest with you, like if you're looking at clear coat, sure, get a quart. But for a lot of these colors, you don't need a quart. You don't need a quart to paint a guitar. You can do it with, this is a quarter of a quart. It's a 16th of a, anyway, whatever. You can do it with one of these. This is enough paint to put a color on a guitar. If you're doing it correctly, especially with lacquers, you really don't need that much. So having the option to buy these smaller ones, it's just so practical. It just makes these guys the best choice for people who have a spray gun or an airbrush and want to do a guitar in a particular color on their own. Guys who aren't running an assembly line. Here I am just opening stuff and not even talking about what it is, but okay, so we've got three of these. So let's do these first. We have Candy Cola nitrocellulose lacquer. I assume that is a really nice cola brown type look. We have Candy Apple Red, pretty classic, but not quite what Oxford has done so far. So they've got their vintage cherry red, which we've all seen, which is like my favorite candy red pretty much. It's more like a brandy wine type color. They've got their red mahogany, and now they've got candy apple red, which is going to be a brighter one. If you're going to do a candy apple red, you might want to put it over like a gold so it doesn't have that pinkish hue to it. We all know what candy apple red is. And then Inca Silver. I'm going to have to look on the website. Inca silver. It's obviously a particular type of silver. It's going to be a metallic. Not sure what the Inca part is, though. You'd think I'd know this kind of stuff. So they did send me a quart of something. I'm assuming clear coat? I shouldn't assume, though. Could be sealer. Did I ask for something? Clear gloss. Oxford takes good care of me. That's the one thing you do go through a lot of. You need some sealer and you need a lot of clear gloss. People like to build up their clear coats on lacquer finishes. Now we get into the spray cans. We're going to have 3 of these. See, I'm facing the labels away from you so you can't see what they are yet. Oh boy. Okay. So these are all metallics, I think. And we've done a specific tutorial on how to paint with metallics with spray cans. Metallics are, I don't want to say special, but there are specific tricks and things that you need to be aware of when you're painting with metallics because of the way the metallic particles settle, right? So got to be careful when using metallics. Let's talk about what we've got here. So the first one, sage green metallic. I think we all know what that is. Shoreline Gold, which is a vintage gold color. And finally, I don't know what this is, charcoal frost. Charcoal frost. Do I have something I can test this on? There's got to be something around here. I need to know what charcoal frost is. All right, screw it. I got an unsealed piece of wood here, which is probably the worst thing that you could possibly test a metallic color on, or really a paint color of any kind. You need to seal, you need to sand, you need to get a smooth surface, particularly with metallics. But I'm too curious. I got to do it. Just a little bit, because I'm not putting the mask on either. You can watch me shake this until I'm out of breath, and then I just need to know what this color is. Charcoal frost. Keep in mind when you get an Oxford can, it comes with 2 caps. Another thing that I love about them, a fan cap and a round cap. For the purpose of spraying this little thing, I'm going to use the round cap. She's dark. Okay, the name makes sense to me now. So again, please forgive me, an unsealed piece of wood is not an appropriate testing piece for a lacquer color, and in particular a metallic lacquer color. But there it is. It's charcoal, dark, but metallic. So it's a dark gray metallic color. This is going to sound kind of silly now, but one of my favorites, really. Like, this isn't what I'm used to calling it, but this is one of my favorite colors, and I'm going to definitely have to use this on a guitar soon. And by soon, I mean eventually. Awesome. Okay, so that's what we've got there. Now, what do we have here? I think that's probably polish. I'm playing a guessing game here. That's probably another tin of paint and some more spray cans. And a tack cloth. That's good. And some sandpaper. Well, that's unusual. Oxford doesn't usually send me sand. Oh, okay. I apologize. Hang on. Now, this is what happens when you get in a hurry and don't read. This is its own thing. This is the Oxford Supply Co. Deluxe Finishing Kit. And these are available in a variety of colors. The idea being everything you need to finish your guitar is in here. You don't have to worry about what sealer should I get, what primer, do I need a sealer, do I need a primer, what color, how many cans of clear do I want. You don't have to worry about any of that. This is a kit. And this one in particular is the Ice Blue Metallic. Comes with 1 aerosol can of sanding sealer, which is plenty. 1 aerosol white primer. So one thing that they've got the option for is you can use either one of those, or you can seal it up with the clear sanding sealer, sand it, and then prime it in white to set a nice base for your color. 1 aerosol tinted lacquer. So 1 spray can of your ice blue. That's all you need. You should not need more than 1 can of color if you're using 1 color. 3 cans of clear. All right? Probably gives you a pretty good hint about the ratios and how much paint you're supposed to be using. 3 cans is a lot. I don't think you need 3. You probably need 1.5, maybe 2. But if something goes wrong, you got 3. There's grain filler, natural grain filler. So this is not a transparent finish, so you don't need a colored grain filler. That's for if you're using, obviously, an open pored wood. Not all woods need grain filler. If you're doing like a rock maple or something like that, you don't need grain filler, although that would be a very heavy guitar. But anyway, 1 wet dry sandpaper pack, so that'll be your sandpaper to start with and your finishing sandpaper for polishing. 2 polishing compounds, medium and fine, and a tack cloth to remove dust. Now you know everything that's in here, but I'll still unbox it for you real quick. I'm going to keep all of this separate because we obviously have to do a tutorial on the finishing kit. So I've done one with Bellin before back in the day. They don't exist anymore. Now it's Mohawk. Now we're going to do one with Oxford. So we've got tack cloth, sandpaper, starting at 320 grit. Let me guess. Going up to 1500, maybe 2000. What's the plan here, Don? 2000. So lots of sandpaper there. It's Mirka. If you don't know Mirka, they are one of the leading brands for that kind of thing. So no joking around there. In reverse order here, because this is the last thing you're going to use, the polish, medium and fine. Whoop. Okay. This will be the grain filler. That's what you're going to start with on an open pour wood. Oil-based grain filler. Great stuff. I've done some work with these and some demos of them. And everything else is aerosol cans, so I'm not going to be able to guess accurately anymore. I got those right, though. That's not so bad. All right, let's see here. If we're in order, this is the sealer. It's not. Clear. Clear. Wait for it. Clear. Nailed it. Clear gloss. Clear. Haha. Pretty good so far. Sanding sealer. Boom. Sanding sealer. White primer. It all makes sense. White primer, high solids content. When you're using this stuff, there's a warning right on the can. I shouldn't call it a warning. Caveat, 90 seconds you got to shake this stuff. It's high solids. It's thick. If you don't shake it well enough, it will not work properly. This stuff is designed to act, well, to provide a solid, thick base. So, in fact, using this, you often don't need sanding sealer or grain filler. And finally, we have our color here, our ice blue metallic. That's the kit. Everything you need. Everything you need to do a guitar finish. Pretty cool. So clearly there's been some focus from Oxford on increasing their lineup of metallic paints. I would say one of these days I need to do a refresh of my tutorial on it, but I don't think I do. It's got everything you need. So just check that out if you're going to be doing a metallic paint job. But we'll do some demos with all of this stuff. So, kit. Got to keep that separate. Other. Do I have room for this in here? Oh, I will make room. Oh, okay. This is just to move this stuff back into my storage room. I've got a whole shelf of Oxford lacquers. That's what happens when you pick... See what I mean? And sometimes I forget to put stuff back on it. But this is what happens when you find a favorite brand and you just decide you want all their stuff. Okay, let's find out what's in the other box. I'm gonna have a heck of a mess to clean up here. So, I think, like I said, this is gonna be some demos, you know, some stuff that Dawn painted and sent to me just to show what stuff looks like on guitar bodies, recognizing that, you know, I might not have time or enough guitar bodies, although I probably do, to test all this stuff out, to show it all off. So, are these guitar bodies? They might be mini guitar bodies. That's a guitar body. What is this? You know, the one thing about these unboxing videos is you can't really rehearse them because once it's unboxed, it's unboxed. So, here we go. Okay, that makes sense. We've got finished samples, and then we've got a guitar body or two, probably one. Yes, one guitar body. That's a finished sample as well. So let's first take a look at these ones. These should just be boards. Yeah, these are just boards. Foam core boards, which are unlike my unsealed piece of wood, these are an appropriate thing to use as a demo. So let's do these first. You'll be able to tell from the finish on these that Don knows what he's doing with a spray gun. So here's Midnight Wine Metallic. Wow. That's beautiful. So that's a metallic finish, but it looks like a candy finish, right? Like if you look at it carefully, it looks like there's a metallic underneath a candy. So that's just beautiful. Midnight Wine. I'm gonna have to get my hands on some of that. Don, why didn't you send me that? Sage Green, he did send me Sage Green. So let's see what the Sage Green metallic looks like. Oh yeah, very vintage color. I don't know if you're picking up the metallic properly in this lighting on the screen, but it's definitely got some pearl to it. Pretty cool. Inca Silver. I guess I didn't have to worry about not knowing what Inca Silver is. It's here. It's silver. Okay, perfect. So metallic silver. Now this foam core, you can see, isn't a perfectly smooth surface. So you're seeing, well, frankly, you're seeing a very, very nice spray out job that's just showing kind of the imperfection in the surface itself. But metallic does tend to settle into those imperfections, and this is actually performing really well. I'm not seeing much of that. So there's your Inca Silver. Damn it. Charcoal Frost. So I didn't need to do that stupid spray test, but oh well. So there it is. Metallic black basically is what Charcoal Frost is. Oh, that's me. Great. Metallic black. Slightly on the gray side, but not really. So very nice color there. Candy Cola. Answering all my questions here. Oh, that's more red than I thought it would be. I thought Candy Cola would be more of a brown. How about that? Candy Cola. There you go. Nice, beautiful red finish. Hang on, before we move on, let's compare that real quick. Candy Cola versus Midnight Wine. There's your difference. Beautiful. I don't know, might be worth mixing the two of them actually. And then finally Ice Blue, which is what he gave me the kit for. That's kind of what, oh, it's a little dirty. There we go. That's kind of what it should look like when it's done. Ice Blue. So it's very silvery, but it's got a hint of blue to it, hence the Ice Blue part. If you compare that to the Inca Silver, can you tell the difference? I certainly can. Yeah, you should be able to. This one's got that bluish hint to it. This one's kind of more the yellow-gray silver look. Okay, let's check out this Shoreline Gold guitar body. Oh, one other thing. Don did mention to me he's been working on a more vintage formula. So he's got his hands on like the formula from the 50s or something. So if you're looking for the original like 1950s vintage formula stuff, well, he's doing that now. So that's cool. Let's probably give it a try at some point. This says, and it's for the clear coat, right? The clear coat's supposed to be the stuff that, you know, ages, checks, etc. This is the Shoreline Gold with vintage formula clear coat. That's what's written on the box. I'm not going from memory on that. How the hell? All right. And this is it. This is it for today's unboxing. Let's take a look at this. Has this got controls on it? Anyway, let's take a look at this, and then I'll let you guys go. And I'll see you next time. If you like this stuff, don't forget, check out the Oxford Supply website in the description below. If you pick something up from there and you happen to mention that it's from me, I appreciate it, helps me out. You can also get it from the Solo Music Gear link in the description. That is an affiliate link. A lot of this stuff is available there, probably not all of it, but the finishing kits are available there, for example. That also helps me out. Oh boy. and yeah, so check that out if you're interested. And before I forget, if you enjoyed the video, which I hope you did, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss the demos I do for this. And thanks for watching. Now let's take a look at this Shoreline Gold guitar body. So here's your color. You can see, you know, well, you might not be able to see. I can see, look. It's got a beautiful polish job on it. Like you can definitely see the lights reflecting in there very clearly. So pretty much flawless there, but lots of finish checking, tons of cracking, finish checking in the clear. So that, I mean, you don't have to do that, but that is the vintage formula clear coat. So it does this aging and it cracks really easily with temperature fluctuations. That's part of why they moved away from that clear coat, but a lot of people still love that effect, hence the market for relic guitars. So there we have it. That is a beautiful vintage looking finish. This will also yellow over time. In fact, it may already have done that a little bit, but that's what our Shoreline Gold looks like, and that's what the vintage formula clear coat looks like. Pretty sweet. That's a weird way to wrap up a video, isn't it? Taking a look at this thing, and I'll see you next time. But, oh well, here we are. So depending on the angle that you catch this at, you can really see all that finish checking. But you can also see how nice the finish actually is, and you can get a good look at that gold color. There we go, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Catch you later.